What's up, everyone? It's Brand the Mortgage Man here, and I've helped more than 10,000 home buyers over my 22 plus year career. I know I look pretty good in mortgages, and I want to help you educate yourself on what to expect during the mortgage process. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I feel are the 7 most important steps in the home buying process that you need to follow. But if you feel you need a more detailed explanation on each of these steps and how they should work, make sure to check out the link in my video for a longer version of this topic. Now, let's get into the 7 steps. Step number 1, very important, finding a lender and getting qualified. Now, there's not just a one-size-fits-all mortgage lender, right? You need to decide, do you want to work with a bank, a credit union, a mortgage broker, a direct lender? And what I recommend doing is just looking online. If you don't have a recommendation from a friend or family member who's actually worked directly with someone, look online. Zillow is a great place to start because you can actually search for the top mortgage lenders in your specific area. So if you're looking to buy a place in Florida, for example, and maybe you're looking in Broward County, Florida, well, you can actually search based on Broward County, Florida for the top lenders. And what's nice about Zillow, just as this example, is that there are reviews that have been written by past clients for each of these lenders. And you can hone in and pick a specific mortgage originator. Let's just say you were looking for me, right? Brand the Mortgage Man or Brandon Brodsky, as I'm really known in the mortgage industry. You can look me up, you can read past reviews from my clients, and then you get a feel for who I am and the level of service I provide. Well, you can do that for any lender in order to find the right person. And once you pick someone that you feel is right for you, and you can pick more than one, maybe you want to speak to 3 different lenders and just get a feel for each and see how they are when it comes to their personality, right? You're going to be talking to this person pretty often, or at least you should be, during the home buying process. So you want to work with someone you feel comfortable with and really feel like you jive with. So you've picked out the lender you want to work with. Well, then you want to go ahead and get qualified, right? Getting pre-approved. And I've talked about this in other videos, but you want to go through the process of making sure you're actually eligible for a mortgage. And that's what your lender is going to help you do. Next, step 2 is you want to find a realtor. Once you're pre-approved, you want to go out and you actually want to find a realtor. Now, once again, if you don't have a referral from a friend, a family member, someone who's actually worked directly with a realtor that they recommend for you, you can do it on Zillow, but the same way you did for your lender. Search for the area which you're looking to buy, and you can find realtors based on their reviews. Maybe you want to do the same process, interview 3 different realtors, see who you're most comfortable with, and work with that person. And then you're going to work with that realtor to find a home. You're going to let them know what your wants are, what your needs are, and they're going to help you find the property that best fits all of that. Now, something I just want to point out, you'll notice step 1 was finding a lender and getting qualified. Step 2 was finding a realtor and finding a home, not in reverse. It's often that I speak to buyers who have already found a realtor and gone out looking for homes, and now they're looking to get qualified. It just doesn't make sense. How do you know what the price point should even be that you're searching in? So just make sure, please, you follow these steps in order. So step 1 was find a lender, get pre-approved, get qualified, find a realtor, step 2, and then find a home. After that, you find the right home, you're gonna make an offer on that home. Your realtor's gonna help you put together that offer based on what they feel makes the most sense for the property that you found with them, right? Maybe the listing price is overpriced, so they're gonna let you know that and they're gonna recommend going in at a lower offer price. Maybe you've worked with your lender and determined that, hey, you know what? I need some sort of credit from the seller on the property in order to help cover my closing costs. Or if you've watched some of my other videos, maybe to cover an interest rate buy down, right? Well, you can request those credits as part of your offer, but that's part of making an offer on the property. Those are things you want to build into that initial offer contract and present those up front with your realtor in order to make sure that the seller understands exactly what you're looking for and what you're comfortable with. So the step 3 was making an offer on a property. Now, assuming it's accepted, that means step 4 is going to happen. You're going to go under contract. Now you're officially under contract for that property based on the terms that both you and the seller have agreed upon, right? The purchase price, any sort of seller credit, a closing date, an inspection period, a loan approval period. These are all things that are going to be part of that contract that you have to meet. And if you want to know more about a contract and these important milestone dates, make sure to check out my video where I break down the Florida contract and point these important milestone dates out to you and things that you need to look out for. But your realtor should be reviewing that with you. And that was step 4, you're going under contract. Number 5, you're already pre-approved, right? So now you have to technically make mortgage application, which is actually part of that contract. In your contract, it's going to state when you need to make mortgage application by. And what this means is that now the lender is filling in the address of the property that you've selected, the purchase price, and the down payment amount that you plan to go forward with. and they're providing you with loan disclosures. And these loan disclosures are going to be signed by you, and they're not binding you to anything. However, they're allowing for the lender to start the mortgage process for you. That's called making application. Now, you're technically not bound to anything with a lender until you close on the property, which is based on your contract as well, right? Maybe it's 30 days from the time that you signed. It could be shorter depending on how competitive your market is, but you're not bound to anything until that happens. However, you do need to make mortgage application by a specific date and start working through that process. And the process looks like you making application, you signing loan disclosures, providing updated documents to your lender, depending on how much time has passed between the time you got pre-approved and the time you went under contract. You may need to update pay stubs or bank statements, potentially even have a new credit report pulled if that's expired after 120 days, right? All those things need to be done. That loan goes into underwriting with the lender. The underwriter is the person who makes the decision on the loan. Are they going to approve the loan? Are they going to deny the loan? Hopefully they're going to approve it if your lender did their pre-approval process properly. Then the lender's going to reach out to you, let you know of any updated documents that are needed based on the underwriter's review. And then from there, they should also be ordering an appraisal on the property, right? Which is part of step 6. So these things are going to happen simultaneously. I have both inspection and appraisal listed. And you may be saying to yourself, isn't that the same thing? And actually, no, it's not the same thing. So an inspection, which will also be an important date in your contract, is going to look for issues with the property. Some of those are going to be underlying, others will be on the surface, right? You walk in, you see mold, well, that's an issue, right? But there could be underlying issues. Maybe it has an old electrical panel or old plumbing, polybutylene pipes, for example. And check out my video where I talk about some of the things that you want to look out for in homes, or homes that you probably don't want to buy, and polybutylene pipes are one of those. So look out for that. But your inspection is going to help find those things. An appraisal, on the other hand, is something that your lender will order. And the appraisal is going to determine whether or not the amount you've agreed to purchase the home for when you went under contract is what the property is actually worth. Because a lender is going to lend on the lower of the appraised value or the contract price, right? So keep that in mind. Once you've done all that, you've gone through underwriting and so forth, it's time to close, step 7. Closing is when you actually go to the title company or the title attorney's office and signed all of the final paperwork to take possession of the home or ownership of the home. You're going to send any of the final money needed to cover your down payment and closing costs at that time. And at that point, you'll be bound to the mortgage and the property that you decided to purchase. So these are the 7 steps that you want to consider when it comes time to purchasing a home. Now, I have way more detailed videos on this topic and others, so you might want to check those out if you're in the market to purchase a property, which I imagine you are if you sat through this video. And make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about real estate and mortgages. And please comment below if you have any questions about your own scenario. I do reply to 100% of the comments left on my videos.